And then I am going to put this down and I'm going to open up my Microsoft Outlook desktop application. Okay, so again, thank you all for joining me today. I want to remind you that number one, Cliff is moderating the chat. If you have any questions, please put your questions in the chat and we're going to open up the forum and let everybody talk and show their faces if you want to at the end. But for now, if you have questions, pop them in the chat. We're going to go over today what the web version of Microsoft 365 is and why you should use it. So we're going to start with how to get to that, how to get to the Microsoft 365 on the web version. There's a few ways you can get there. Like I said in my video from Thursday, Microsoft likes to give you a lot of options on how to do the same thing, sometimes confusing, sometimes great. So I just want to show you that. Here I'm in my desktop Outlook application. And if you click File, this link right here actually will allow you to go right into the desktop application. I'm sorry, the web version of Microsoft Outlook. So it actually will pop you right into that. If you've never signed in before, and actually I just realized that what the Tech Thursday email you're getting tomorrow actually shows you this little tip that I just showed you. So you're getting a sneak peek. I didn't have that in my last video. So anyway, so this is one way that you can get in. Just remember, if you've never signed into the browser, it will prompt you to do that. So just have your phone with you. And right away, it opens up into your Outlook because that's the way that I got in. But I wanted to show you also, you could still also go to portal.office.com or office.com. The one thing I want to show you about the two of those, if you go to just office.com, it's going to bring you to this website. It's a lot of clicking, a couple extra steps. So I don't suggest just going to www.office.com. I definitely suggest you go straight to portal.office.com if you're going to type it right into your browser window, because it'll bring you right to your sign-in page here, where you could just put in your NASA BOCES credentials and get yourself logged in. So just a little tip I wanted to give you there. Okay, so now once you're in, this they call kind of your home page, your portal homepage. It kind of gives you an overview of all of the 365 features, applications, and it's kind of like your dashboard. So once you log in, I want to point you out to a few things on this homepage. If you click the waffle at the top left-hand side of your screen here, you're going to see all of the apps that you're so used to seeing on your desktop. So like I showed you here, I keep most of my Microsoft apps kind of in a folder on my desktop, but the rest of the ones that I use more frequently, I leave out on my desktop. So you'll see here, that's how you're going, those are the same apps that you're seeing now in your web version. If you click all apps, that's where you're going to see that long list in alphabetical order of all of the apps that we have available to use. So that's an easy way to access. Another little quick tip, they kind of preload some of these to be pinned once you click the waffle, meaning it's going to be the first thing you see. You could change that. So if you are somebody that needs to use Planner more often or Power Apps, and you want that to be pinned to that main waffle screen, just click those three dots and click Pin to Launcher. That will automatically put it into this area, so you don't have to click again to get to it. Okay, so that's a really great feature. So for example, if you needed to go into Word, you can click right here and it opens up the web version of Microsoft Word. Why am I showing you all this? Because this platform allows you to access any and all of your Microsoft applications that you use here at NASA BOCES from anywhere, from any computer, as long as you have internet access. Any device, you could pull it up on your iPad at home. You can pull it up on any computer at home. So it's a really nice way, or any computer here at the office or in another building, if you're visiting other buildings and you didn't bring your laptop. So it's a really nice way to be able to access all of your stuff without having to necessarily lug around your computer. You also can access them on your phone. Okay, so I wanted to just show you all of that and explain to you why I think even just kind of knowing and navigating the web version is important. Okay, the next thing I want to show you that I think is a really, really great feature because you're so lucky and you have access to Microsoft applications and all the things that come with it, you're actually given the you're able to install the Microsoft applications on up to 5 other computers. So if you logged in here, say on your home computer, and you didn't have Microsoft applications on your home computer yet, and you wanted those applications on your desktop, you actually have the ability to do that by just clicking here, Install Apps, and then clicking on Install all of the apps. And it'll install all of the apps that you're used to seeing: Word, OneDrive, Teams, Excel, PowerPoint, right onto your home computer. And you could do that, like I said, for up to 5 personal computers. So I think that's a really, really great feature that we are afforded. Okay, sorry if I'm rambling or I'm repeating or going too fast. I'm trying to make sure that I kind of get through everything and hit all the points that I wanted to hit, and also show you as much as I can. Okay, so back to the home page. So here again, the first thing you're going to see kind of in the middle of your screen is your recommended, Microsoft's recommended uh, documents. Usually it's kind of things that you've been in most recently or have been sent to you most recently. So that'll be here. You could actually remove that. You can remove specific items from that list if you wanted to, just by clicking on the 3 dots here. Microsoft calls these 3 dots an ellipse. I find that kind of an awkward word to say over and over again, so I call it the 3 dots. I think it's a little bit easier to remember and to locate because it has 3 dots. So again, that's your recommended area. And then down kind of in the middle is your quick access area. Here you're going to see anything you've recently opened. And this includes all different files. So PowerPoint, Word, um, e- Excel files, OneNote files. I mean, anything you've just recently opened are going to be in this list, or actually all of the things you've just opened or even accessed are going to be in this list, because right now I'm clicked on all. So right now I'm in a training account, so I don't have a lot of stuff in here, but I am sure that if you were in yours, you would see a nice long list here of things that you were just recently in or working on or that were shared with you. So if you're clicked on all, you're going to see all of that stuff. But then it gives you the option to kind of drill down into different sections. So you can click on recently opened and find something that you were just recently working on. You can also click on shared. So now here you're seeing what was shared with you. I'm sorry, that you shared out to somebody else. Either or. And the last thing is your favorite section. Now I have nothing here yet, but I want to show you how to get there. So if there's a document or a Word, a PowerPoint, like I said, any one of the things, an Excel file that you use all the time, and you really want that to be in a quick access type area where you could just click and get and grab, I suggest making it a favorite. So how do I do that? If you highlight kind of or hover over that item, and then again, click those 3 dots, you get to add it to your favorites just by clicking that option right there. So now if I go to favorites, you'll see that that agenda for meeting item is listed here as my favorite. So again, you could do that with any type of file: Excel, PowerPoint, Word, anything you feel like you need to kind of keep at the forefront and you can quickly and easily grab. So I think that's pretty much the main part of the home page. Now I want to bring your attention up here to the search bar. This is one of my favorite parts. A lot of times, yes, you may be the most organized person in the room, but um, if you need to find something quickly, you may not want to click through a few different options or tabs or apps to get to your most important thing that you need to access. So you could go right to the search bar. You can search for documents, people, applications, pretty much everything all here in this search bar here. Now, just keep in mind, I'm not in the search bar in the browser. I'm in the search bar in Microsoft 365 web version. So just be careful with that. So if you click into the search bar, you'll see right here, apps pop up. So you can easily click for an app. So I'm sorry, search for an app. So if I'm looking for the Power Apps, again, I just start typing and it pops up right here. I can also search, like I said, for files. So you can just start searching the name of a file, or if you remember kind of one part of that, you just start typing it and it'll pull up anything that has those letters in it, and you can access that right there. You can also look for people. So I'm going to start typing in Cliff. Thanks for being my go-to. And you could see here any interactions that I've had with Cliff. And again, I'm using a training account right now, but content, messages, contact information for him, and the organization that he's a part of. In other words, how does his kind of job title break down? All right here for you, all right here. So it's again a really quick, easy way to find information. And again, here, the last thing I see is websites. So websites that you may have clicked into, accessed, have saved, any of those things. Again, you could search and it'll pop up for you right there. So I really suggest playing around a little bit with the search bar. It's really a great tool. If you're in your, specifically, if you're in your OneDrive, and again, you could see that search bar follows you everywhere. So in any of these web version applications, that search bar is going to be up there for you. Oh, there it is. So I'm just clicked into PowerPoint. There it is. I'm in Word over here. It's still up here. So it doesn't really matter which app you're in. It's always going to be there for you. But right now I'm in my OneDrive app, which is, again, automatically it's going to pull up a search for files. So you can even drill down even tighter and really be able to find that file that you're looking for. Great tool. Okay. Back to the home page. Okay, so now I wanted to click into Microsoft Outlook on the web, and I wanted to show you some features in this area. Again, preference. Most people are familiar and comfortable with using the desktop application of Outlook. But as you can see, the web version is just a little more user-friendly. It's a little cleaner. It's not as many features and options. So I definitely suggest, again, taking a look at this option. I personally use this. Cliff is all about the desktop app. So we always have this kind of conversation back and forth about what, a little bit of a battle about what the web version can do versus the app. And I always fight for the web version because I like it.
So
But
you're
I
going to
just,
say you always win.
well,
okay.
that's a given, but that's fine.
Okay.
So as you can see here in the Outlook web version, again, it's just a little cleaner of a view. If you're familiar with Google, Gmail has a similar feel to that. And as I've been stating in most of my what the tech email videos, you can most of the features. I don't want to say most. I'll say all of the not all of the features or settings transfer between these two kind of platforms. So if you do have a lot of things set in your desktop application, don't expect all of it to transfer over into being already set in the web version. So you may have to do a little bit of tweaking on both ends. In here, what I really, really like up here on the top is this My Day view. So I could have open my email here and my entire day view, meaning what's on my calendar for the day, pops up right here on the left. Sorry about that, on the right-hand side, which I think is a really nice thing. Instead of having to open my Outlook desktop app, and then clicking into calendar to see what's going on. And I know there's some options for that as well in the desktop app, but I just like this view that a little bit better. And I think it's a really nice thing to see. Another option. And again, your to-do list is also right here. I did notice that Microsoft in the desktop application is kind of trying to make their desktop applications a little bit more user-friendly, similar to this. So some of these features are starting to kind of pop up in the apps as well. But again, I like this feature. It's just very clean, and I just wanted to be able to show you that.
Running a little bit low on time, Teresa.
Yep,
So a few
that's why
more.
I was just gonna say, let me check the
Okay.
time. Okay, so it's 12:48. That gives us about 10 minutes left. So I think it should be time. I pretty much got through the agenda that I had planned. I hope I didn't sound like blah 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 because I was going too fast. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you go home or even you finish up your lunch break and play around a little bit in here. I definitely think it's something worthwhile to have access to. And like I said, you can download those apps from here onto onto up to 5 of your own devices, computers at home, and that's a really nice feature. So I
Hmm.
think now Cliff is going to open
Yep.
up
So
everybody's ability to use
sure.
their
So
camera and use their mic. So we'll wait for that.
sure. So just one comment that I can make is that I know that some people generally, for example, you heard Teresa say that she prefers the web version of the applications. I use the desktop. So typically I start my day with logging into my machine, opening up Outlook, opening up Teams, opening up the native applications on my desktop. And there are other folks that start with just a simple link or shortcut on their desktop to portal.office.com, where they have a central location to access all of their stuff. Personal preference type of thing. And
Hmm.
what you will find over time is that there are differences in the use and functionality across the platforms, but they, generally speaking, most users can get to what they need within the web. Some of the more complex or more dense controls and things like that are available within a desktop version, but it's up to you to learn and explore some of these tools that are available to you. And of course, reach out to Teresa and continue to watch her What the Tech and participate in some of the workshops that she'll be running over time. A little bit of housekeeping. I am going to go ahead and allow mics and cameras, so feel free to turn on and unmute and turn your camera on. We would ask that instead of just shouting out, if you have a question or comment, please raise your hand so that we're not all speaking over each other. And I'll go ahead and turn that on now. So you'll have the ability now to turn on your mics and turn on your cameras, provide feedback, questions, those types of things, and we'll be happy to take that now.
And as that's happening, I just wanted to let you know because I didn't state it in the beginning. I know you had to probably click accept, but this meeting was recorded because we're going to put this up on the YouTube channel so everybody can always have access to it and go back to it for reference. And also, people that were not able to attend today can also view what was discussed. So I just wanted to let you know that it was recorded and it's still being recorded. And
So there is one
that's
question in the chat.
okay.
Love the calendar on love the calendar on the side. How can you do that on the desktop version?
Okay, let me have, I think I still have this open. There is this option here that you can pop out, um, like your My Day view on here. I know I saw it before. Hold on. If I can't find it now, I will get back to you. Is it this? No. Cliff, was it this one? No. Mm-mm. Do you remember how to do that? There is a way to pop it out,
Yep, that's how I would normally do it.
but to see the day though, here. I know there is a way to
Not
do
exactly
that.
sure on the top of off the top of
Okay.
my head.
So there is a way to do that. I have seen it. I will put that in the follow-up email, the answer to that.
And someone asked for the YouTube channel, which I pasted in the chat.
Yes. And it's also on our website. This is the YouTube channel. And also, while I'm here, in my training account that I'm using currently, you can see here I bookmarked the Microsoft 365 web version here. So I can easily click into it and I don't have to type in portal.office.com. But another thing you can do, if you click this little icon right here in the browser, it actually will install the Microsoft web version kind of icon for you on your desktop that you can actually click right into. And it'll also bring it up for you. So like I said, with Microsoft, there's always a bunch of different ways to do the same thing. So just showing you that those options there.
Dr. Amarante let me know that the muting the mic was still off. Go ahead and give that a try now, Andy. Apparently, I missed the little save button to adjust that setting.
Oh, thank you.
Yep, I
All
heard
right,
a call.
it's on. It's on. There you go.
There
Yep.
we go.
You
There
gotta
we
go
go.
to the three ellipses under more, and I had to go to the three ellipses under more, and then I think go to devices somewhere along the line, and then turn it on from there.
Or which one?
To unmute the mic.
Yeah, it's a little bit different, Andy, in the webinar settings. So this is
the
being
webinar's a
hosted
little
as a
different.
webinar.
Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. But thank you.
Oh, sure, no problem.
So again, I don't want to leave anybody hanging and, just staring at our beautiful faces. But
Could I ask I have a question, an opinion question? Okay, so like on my personal cell phone, I have Office, so I can do emails and things. Now, unfortunately, when you download the app, you can't like disconnect from Office. You have to actually delete the account and reinstall it. From what I've read, what I tried. So, number one, I'd like to know if I use the portal, this website, and it looks like I can go to Outlook. Excuse me, not Office, Outlook for my emails. Instead of actually putting the app on my cell phone, how about going onto portal and using Outlook from the website?
Browser?
Yeah. Have you tried that? Do you use that on your cell phone?
I mean, on my cell phone personally, I have the Outlook app. I don't connect. I don't connect my work email to my mail app on my phone because I find that between my personal stuff and then the work stuff, it's just too much. So I actually have my Outlook app separate on my cell phone. I think that works a little bit better, but you 100% can pull up portal.office.com on your browser of your phone.
And yes, you can, and it formats. The website does a good job of formatting for the device, so you'll see that on your mobile device, it'll look a little bit differently than what you see on the web page. So your icons for the different apps will be at the top, but you'll still see the recommended in the middle, as well as the list of documents and things like that towards the bottom. So the format's somewhat similar, it just shifts slightly to fit the form factor of whatever device you're using. I will say this just as a note for those folks that are using or had been using, for example, on an iPhone, for example, you had been able to, I should say it that way, set up the native mail client to access your NASA BOCES email. That is no longer something that's possible. You need to, if you want to access your email in other applications on your mobile device, then you need to actually download the applications themselves from the app stores and access them that way. You won't be able to use the native mail app or document readers on your mobile device. And that was implemented because of security. So just anyone looking to get their mail on their device could either go to, as Andy suggested, portal.office.com in a browser and access things that way, or download the native applications from either the Google Play Store if you have an Android device, or the App Store on an iPhone.
Yeah, that's what I did, and I'm concerned too because now I have the app on there, and you can't disconnect unless you delete the app. So I have to worry about like security in case I lose the phone.
Well, you should be able to click in settings, Andy. I'm not too familiar with the Android version, but I know on the iPhone you can click on the settings icon and sign out of the account.
Okay, I mean, I've looked for something, a sign out, and I didn't see it, and I remember I questioned it, I checked some emails on it, and it said that you basically, I forget if that was with the Outlook or with the Gmail account, I'm not sure now. I'll
Okay.
check it again, but,
Okay.
maybe under
Yep.
that circumstances, the browser might be the best way, because you just close the browser and you're done.
Sure.
Sure.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. So let us know if you still have any issues. We could try and
Yeah,
troubleshoot.
if I come up with something interesting, I'll let you know.
Yep.
Okay.
Great. So
Well, we
again,
are. Yep.
sorry, I was
sorry.
going to say thank you guys all so much for coming.
Yeah.
We have 2 minutes left. I've been trying to answer anything that I see left over in the chat. I know there was just Maureen. We will get back to you 100% with that answer to the kind of that day view and the desktop application. I will definitely put that in the follow-up email. Which, speaking of the follow-up email, you will get a follow-up email. In that, we will have pretty much 3 things for you. Any resources or links that I discussed today will be listed there for you. Any answers to any questions that we could find will also be in there for you. We'll put a little quick survey just based off this first webinar so we can get some feedback and make it better for next time. And my next webinar is going to be February 8th. So the link to register for that will be in that email as well. And I really want to thank all of you for filling out the quick little kind of survey questions when you register, because it actually did help Cliff and I to plan ahead for the webinar sessions and what they are going to be about, what the topics will be. As you can see, we kept it under wraps because we didn't want people to look at the topic in advance, especially similar to the way we do with the emails. We didn't want you to look at the topic in advance and say, nah, I already know that, I'm not going to do it, or I'm not going to participate. We kind of wanted you to come in and be open-minded and see, because you may learn one little thing that you didn't think that you didn't know, that you may have thought you knew. So we are not sharing the topics for the What the Tech emails or the webinars just yet. We will maybe eventually. But we just hope that you kind of attend these, and with the feedback, let us know too if this type of situation is good. The timing, kind of midday, half an hour, quick and easy. Give us that type of feedback as well.
Okay. It is 1 o'clock. With
On the
no
dot.
further questions, we will sincerely thank you all for participating. These are meant to be very quick kind of overview type things. All of these tools are very deep and dense and can own their own half a day of workshop. So again, as Teresa said, please share your feedback, share what you need, things that you're interested in, things that you think would be great to cover, and we'll be happy to get to them over time. Thank
And
you all
as
for
I see
attending.
people continuing to still be in here, and as you're leaving, don't forget to look at my video on how to change your profile picture. I see a few of you did. Steve,
Saw that.
Jacob, Pam, great job. I want to just encourage you. If you need some tips or a tutorial on how to do that, one of my What the Tech videos did show you how to do that.
Absolutely. Well, 101, and thank you all for attending. We will send out a follow-up to everyone, and we appreciate your feedback and your time.
Yes, thank you all so much. Have a great afternoon.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.